Hey folks, you got Saints Bud with you tonight. How you guys doing? Yes, I know we said we play Tropico, but I had a very interesting idea a few days ago, let's say. In fact, let me just go into Discord here. In fact, actually, I'm going to go into a few pages before we get started. YouTube. Because I'm going to go over to my channel, which is live, so you might have a bit of an echo, just a heads up. So just bear with me on this. I'm just going to actually go quiet. This is probably quicker. So I'm just going to go quiet for a moment. I had a very interesting idea a few days ago, I'd say. Let me just go to Discord here. All right, folks, I just did what I needed to do. So anyway, here's the thought process you haven't figured out by the stream title. We are going to try to see if you can beat the base game of RimWorld. But here's the catch. We can't break any of the rules of Christianity in doing so. So, as we head in, I'm going to start some game setup here. So, a couple of things we don't really have to worry about. Basically, the rules are split into, we'll be split into two categories. The stuff we can't do and the stuff we can do. And I mean by the programming. So, for example, there is a rule in the Christian faith that says you cannot worship any god other than the Christian God. Well, we don't have ideology, so we can't worship anything. So that's something we have to worry about. The main thing we have to worry about, the main rule that we have to worry about breaking, is how we treat people. We can't kill unnecessarily. We basically will have to try to win every fight barehanded, or, subdue them. We can't harvest them for meat, basically, so cannibalism is outlawed. Organ harvesting is outlawed. And we can't use prisoners for slave labor. Yeah, I know, that's going to make things a little rough. So, as I said, we're going to do the standard crash landing scenario. I was thinking about doing Lost Tribes, but not for my first RimWorld challenge run. We're also going to be doing some things a bit easier than normal. So, we're going to do VV Chillax. Huh. And we're going to do community. I think this Tribe, It's So Dangerous Planet. Experience Tribe, game in the first game of RimWorld. Experienced RimWorld players who want some breathing to pursue. Let's do Community Builder. No community taste of danger. Threats appear, but they are weakened. His players are new to this kind of game, which me pretty much players want to build a perfect colony, or players just want to relax. Speaking of relax, that is another rule we'll be doing. I will be keeping track of how many days the colony has been active. And every 7 days is a day of Sabbath. They basically will not have any mandatory work. We're going to do Community Builder, since, again, relatively new to this kind of stuff. Let's do it. Actually, let's do Adventure Story. Let's do Commitment Mode. So we're going to do Christian as our seed. We're going to do everything as our base. As our, we're going to leave everything as it is. World is now being generated. Okay, where are we going to drop in to our brand new world? Orange Reef, maybe? Tropical rainforest. No, I don't think we're going to do a tropical rainforest. Just like I said, we're not going to do a tropical rainforest. Here we go. A temperate forest with a year-round growing in the Brockwell Isle. Sounds good. We're going to drop... Granite, sandstone, and slate. That sounds like a good drop zone right there. I don't know. Here sounds good too. Yeah, we're just gonna drop in the far. No, let's drop the far northern end. We still be year round. Okay. That's funny. We are gonna change your name, but that's funny that our first person is an evangelist. It's almost fitting. So we're gonna start us off with, you know what, we're almost gonna go down the list here of biblical names. So we have Aaron, which is Hebrew. He can be found mentioned in Exodus 4:14. Actually, hang on a sec. I've got a better idea. Give me a few minutes on this. I'm going to run ChatGPT. And we're going to open another ChatGPT list. I will copy these to... Oh, shoot. Hang on. Okay. And now we're going to do the females. I don't think we'll be needing all of these lists today. But it's good to have them. I'll copy them to a word processor document. Well, it botched a few things, but it's got them at least in the right general area. Alright, so we're going to start things off. You're going to be Adam. Actually, because of certain other things, we're going to knock you off the list. You are going to be Eve. And you are a male, so we're going to call you Cain. Okay, so here's what we've got. We've got So we've got Adam, Eve, and Cain. Very nice. All right, let's send these people down. Let's send these people to the planet. So we're gonna do week 1 today. The 3 of you awake when your crowd sleeps sarcophagi, the sound of sirens and ripping metal. You barely get to escape out before the ship is torn apart. Sometime later, you land in this unknown RimWorld. As pieces of the shredded starship fall around you, you start making plans to survive. It is. I think it's 6. Yeah. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Pause the game quick. And here's why. We are going to plan some things out, I think, quick before we get the ball roll. A butcher spot. A horseshoe pit. Huh, I thought there'd be a way to actually do a campfire. I thought there was a campfire somewhere. Party spot. There you go, campfire. Okay. Let's set your schedules. Four hours of rec, followed by, you guessed it, 4 hours of sleep. We're only using Mies 3. That means 6, 12. Let me get this all screwed up. Okay, so they're going to need beds since they're going to immediately go to. Okay, so wait, I'm glad we botched the first two constructions immediately, huh? Come on, Kane, we get your. Oh, for the love of. I have a feeling we're going to need all this wood. Okay, so door can go here. Here. I hear a lot of. I know Adam's just doing as great as Kane was a few months ago. And what's Eve up to? Eve's building the tree. And Kane's chopping down more trees, which we are absolutely going to need because these guys keep messing up. Oh, I actually screwed up. That should be Adam. And once again, the construction's been botched. Wow. Look, I get it. You guys aren't exactly supposed to be out the top tier builder people. This is getting ridiculous. Okay, let's get the next room built. We're on 6 a.m., so we're on day 2. It's our standard work day here. Woo. Woo. Cain is up bright and early. He started his day by planting crops. Before he went back to bed. Not corn. Oh, construction bots yet again. Yes, I know. Cain was the one who killed his brother Abel, but it kind of made sense he was also the firstborn. At least I think he was. All right, the butcher spot is now up and running. I built a campfire because I didn't realize that these guys would be this good in my test run. They kind of, and they're pretty bad on construction, but they're way further ahead than the test run was. To the point that I'm actually going to deconstruct this. And she's finally got it right the third time. Nice. Okay. Sleep spots. Sleep spots. Now across the way here, up. Well, that was unfortunate. Unfortunately, that's where he gets to leave going too far from camp. Unfortunately, I'm also sure he's one of our pets, so that's probably because of mood drop for a couple of days. And we're now officially on day 3. Hmm. Kane is back out of work in the field. Yep, Adam has brought back this. Adam has brought back Ben. Yep, and that was making simple meals out of him. You can't tell me he didn't eat horses in the biblical age. They ate what they had to, except people. We have a visitor. A visitor from the Covenant of Leo Row is making their way here. Excellent. Mm. Mm. Boy, Ben's making a fair chunk of meals. And you're right, but I was gonna have to worry about the food. Ben's sacrifice will be known. Minor pain. Oh yeah, I do need to build a research bench, don't I? Yeah, this has only been 2 days since we ride. Yep. They left us a pila. Dude, that's a bed for the column. Your bed's over there.